Good evening and welcome everyone to this extraordinary meeting of Full Council. Obviously, I'm the Mayor of Worcester and I would like to welcome everyone here and to say obviously this is a public meeting and members of the public and press are permitted to report on the proceedings. Reporting includes filming, photographing, making an audio recording and providing commentary on proceedings. Please note this meeting is recorded and streamed live. These recordings are published on the relevant meeting page of the Council's website. By choosing to attend this public meeting, you are deemed to have given your consent to being filmed or recorded and for any footage to be broadcast or published. If the alarm sounds, the premises must be evacuated immediately. Do not spend time collecting personal belongings. All emergency escape routes are clearly signed. Once you have left the building, the assembly point is in the High Street opposite the Guildhall. Members are asked to use the microphone situated at the small table if they wish to speak on the agenda item this evening. Thank you. So, first we have apologies for absence.
Apologies have been received from Councillors Jagger, Riaz, Round, Rudge, Udall, Kimberley and Hussain.
So moving on to 2, do we have any declarations of interest? Any declarations of interest? No? Okay. So if we go on to 3, public participation, we have none this evening. And so finally, we're on to agenda item 4, appointment of the Section 151 Officer and Corporate Director, Finance and Resources. And I would like to invite David Blake to present the report.
Thank you, Chair. It's a relatively short paper, so I hope that you've all had the opportunity to read the report. Just to give you a fill-in, really, in terms of the process. So the Council appointed Solace, that's the Society of Local Authority Chief Executives, to undertake the search and recruitment process for us. It was in the end. I was very pleased to say that we had 14 applications for the job of corporate director and 151 officer. Of those 14, Solace then carried out an initial assessment process and then presented to members the shortlist. The members involved in the process was Councillor Denham, Councillor Stephen and Councillor Rudge, and of those 14 we then shortlisted 7 candidates. Those candidates undertook a technical interview, psychometric testing and an assessment centre, and the outcome of that process then we were then down to 5 candidates. 2 candidates withdrew partway through the process, and we were left with 4 for interview. One of those candidates then withdrew on the day before. That's life, and so we interviewed 3 candidates. When I say we, the members interviewed, myself and Solace representatives performed the role of observers. We interviewed the 3 candidates, and to cut to the chase, I suppose the best way of putting it, Rachel Cooper, who's currently the Deputy 151 Officer at Dudley Metropolitan Borough Council, was the unanimous choice of the members. Rachel has a very strong track record in finance of over 20 years. As I said, she's currently the Deputy 151 at a large metropolitan council. So it was very, very good. From my perspective, I think she'll fit in great with the team, which is always really, really important. She popped in today to drop some papers off and met the rest of the team, and also met Kathy, our Deputy 151, which was great. And so that was great, and I don't think I have any qualms whatsoever in recommending Rachel for the post. I'll cover off, if I may, and then hand back to the chair, the interim arrangement. So, just to confirm, we have Sal Khan as our interim director. So, with Shane's last day at the council, sadly, is the 1st of November. Sal is with us until the end of February, so Sal will be able to provide continuity of officer presence throughout the budget setting process. So Rachel will not need to come in partway through and join that process. With regard to Sal's appointment, we went to 4 agencies: Solis, Tile Hill, Sitfa and Penna. We were sent 5 CVs. 2 candidates were interviewed, and at the end of that process, we were pleased to offer the job to Sal on an interim basis, and he's accepted that. So both processes went extremely well, and I'm extremely pleased with the outcome, and have no hesitation in making the recommendations in the report. I'll hand back to the chair.
David, thank you. Do we have any questions for David? I would like to invite Councillor Denham to propose the motion.
Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. And this just illustrates absolutely, or it's about the importance of the Section 151 as the Director of Finance for Worcester City Council. And that's the reason that this is a full council meeting, because it is a financial matter, and the same as when we vote on the budget, it has to be full council and individual. A council can't function without the Section 151. We thought, and it will be, a difficult act to follow in losing Shane. I think it was really pleasing the number of candidates that we got, both for interest in the interim position and in the substantive position. And I think that is in part, a credit to Worcester City Council, to our reputation as a good employer, a decent place to work, and actually our relationships within the room as political parties, as councillors and with officers. That was a question that some candidates asked as well, what are your councillors like, and what are the relationship with officers? So that is reflected, I think, in the quality of the candidates. And David has explained it was a full kind of cross-party involvement with recruiting and interviewing for the substantive post. And I have to say, Rachel Cooper came over really, really well in interviews. One of the things we set them, just blind when they arrived on the day, is, what would your plan be for the first 100 days if appointed to this role? You've got 10 minutes, and in less than 10 minutes, she gave a really clear description, a really clear understanding of what we're looking for. Others were less clear and took longer to say so. So if I can kind of formally recommend the report, the recommendations in the report. So we haven't got Rachel Cooper's name, but I think that is built into the recommendation for the substantive post, and then Sal Khan as interim to fill in that process, particularly around the budget setting and so on, so that we remain a financially prudent and functioning.
Councillor Denham, thank you. And I would like to invite Councillor Stephen to second the motion. Thank you. And do we have any questions or comments, or are we okay to move to the... Okay, so all those in favour? And that's unanimous. Thank you. And I would also like to close the meeting. Thank you.